Yep, we can mute one other person, okay. Right,
All right, well, welcome everybody to the board meetings. Appreciate you all coming out for the meetings. So we want to call the meeting to order. First order of business, Mr. President, I move that we approve the minutes from last month's board meeting. I second. First, second, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So be it. There's more of this slide than normally should be, but I wanted to cover some important items, and this all will be recorded on the Fairway Views and then also on the club website. It's about our 2004 operating budget. We've had some significant, we approved the new budget for 2024. We've seen a lot of inflationary impacts on our core services. But we were also to include in the new budget, some increased staffing to help manage our Manor House, service demands with more members and more activities, and to add some coaching and lessons capabilities to support our new practice facilities. So the board's approved a $27 a month, operating dues increase for full golf members, social members, have been increased by $5 a month. These take effect in April. Professional and junior membership dues increases are proportionally increased. So there is no change in the capital improvement monthly dues. We are anticipating we will have sufficient funds to support many of our deferred maintenance projects, as well as improvements to some of our key infrastructures. We anticipate new member initiation fees to continue to increase through 2024 as demand for membership is meeting our or exceeding our membership caps. So right now we're at 315 at that capacity. That number changes daily, it seems like. Initiation fees, just as a reminder, are utilized to support both our operational costs and our future capital needs. The management team will publish the budget highlights and fairway views. Lori's going to cover a few more details in her presentation, but a more detailed budget will be on our club website financials. As we all know, 2023 was a very successful year by many measures. And we anticipate to maintain that same trend in 2024. Although we have developed a conservative budget with a bit of an operating reserve. And we're anticipating continued cost pressures and potential weakening economy. It's all the good news. I also want to wish on behalf of the board, everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. It is a great time to rejoice and be thankful for all our blessings.
This month, between board meetings, the board approved 2 authorizations for expenditure. The first being some additional point of sale computer equipment for our food and beverage operation. That was $8,500. In addition, some drainage projects going on holes number 1 and 10. That will be a cost of $30,000 that was approved, and that work will be beginning soon and ongoing as weather permits throughout the winter. There's a photograph down here below. I'll hand it off to Mike Palumbo to talk about that related to a previously approved expenditure.
So earlier this year, the membership approved funding for the cart path on 15 and 11. At the time that we went through that approval, the funds was $150,000 based on bids and other information and a contingency and everything. We weren't sure whether the number was going to hold because the contractor really guaranteed the number for 2 weeks at the time. So we put it a little bit higher than normal contingency. The result was between Jason being able to hold the contractor to his number and doing a few things out there that allowed the work to be done more efficiently, such as trimming some trees, which allow concrete trucks to go straight there rather than pumping, a lot of other things, without getting into great detail. Jason was able to do all the work on 15 and 11, as well as, if you've been out there, a portion of cart path between the T lots, the white tees and the front tees on 16, which has also been completed. And still having additional funds, we as a committee decided that we would authorize work being done here, if you recognize where that is. That's the extreme south end of the parking lot, that ramp that goes down, that when we did the parking lot last year, or 2 or 3 years ago, that was not touched and it needed to be done. So we're now gonna do that in concrete, and we're gonna break out a bunch of concrete along the path there at the south end of the lake and replace that. It's all broken up right now. So this is an additional project, all within that original $150,000. So no additional funding required. And that work will begin as soon as Jason can.
Early as, next Tuesday. Possibly next Tuesday, Mike.
Great, thank you. Okay. Yep.
Let me move this.
If you go down there and look at it, you'll see why it needs to be done.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So Lori gonna talk a little bit about the financials for November. It's kind of, you know, we're almost through with December, so these are numbers kind of in our past, but you know, we've been talking about this the whole year, really how great we've done ahead of budget. Every department, in the month of November, we saw great sales that we placed some presentations, so we really had good income extra come in for membership, and we had activity on the golf course in November that we don't ever count for guest fees and cart fees. And we had food and beverage really come out ahead for their month also. So consistently, you'll see every budget really ahead of every actual ahead of budget, sorry. And then a little bit extra expenses in our overhead. But overall, we really managed really well the activities we can have and what we can plan for and provide to the members to see the revenue, and then provide us with a solid net operating income for the year. So what will we do with the profit from this year? We have dollars that we will allocate over to the capital fund. It's somewhat our savings account that we'll be able to use. That net initiation fee will be transferred over, so we'll be 100% of our initiation fee in 23 capital. And then we were able to purchase some items to help enhance your guys' experience and help out the team in their departments with those ovens and the other things, either in AFEs or regular expenses. We also were able to push some expenses through to better our budget in 24. So all those things. And then we also, I don't really do a balance sheet overview on this, but we have 70,000 in our cash reserve right now. That's money to use for unforeseen assessment or such going forward. We will probably increase that in January around 30 to 50,000 additional. So keep growing that reserve in order to handle any unforeseen events that arise in the next year's budget. You want to go to the next one? For me, thanks. And then here. So the whole team, the finance team, Nate and I, we welcome Jan on this year, and then all the directors really start this budget work in early October. As soon as I can get them September financials, all the sheets go out and everyone starts filling in their numbers, their wishes and their wants. Nate and I put it all together, we review it, we ask them to remove some things or change some things or justify some things. And then it all comes down to where we are. Version 4 later, talking about what our final numbers, what the best guess we think we can get. So a net operating income of 53, 23 was 70, so it's very similar. The increase in dues, holding membership count at 315, as we think right now. The capital transfer is still at net 85%, same as what we've had. We're currently at 19,000 for initiation. One more sale, I believe, will go up to 20. And then we had some additions in the budget of director of instruction to be hired. Keith, you want to add any details?
Yeah, we could talk a couple details in our slide update, but generally the concept being, just completed my third year here at Prairie Park, and if there was one thing that I think our golf operations team lacked in, it was programming and player development. After 3 years of observation, it also was clear that the team didn't have the bandwidth to be significantly better without having an individual allocated for that task. So I'm excited about the potential to really make an upgrade in what player development at Prairie Park looks like and better utilize the new practice area, as well as develop some great programs for all of you to participate in. A lot of to be determined in that space right now, but happy with the ability to go recruit that position.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna be a great addition. If you see a 13-year-old out there, just pick them off. I'll still be living there. We have additional full-time cook for other, amount of covers. I just ran some numbers through November. We saw 10,000 more covers, over 600,000 more spend by members at the club. So that's huge and really benefits not only from our golf operations, but our food and beverage. We have Paul, who joined us in September, will be in our budget for a whole year now. So those kind of things, those ads increase our percentage of payroll. But we felt important steps for the club to take. And then we have our revenue from weddings is in line with what we had for 2023. So you can see that consistently sticking to the rules of full closures and those things. We do rely on those dollars. I think it's $94,000 just in site fees for weddings in 2023. So those mean a lot to us. And then we saw some other savings and cost of goods and such through the budget. Are there any questions? Or Dan, want to add anything?
No. I move to accept the financials as presented.
He moves to accept the financials. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
There was a question online, the rules for wedding closures. Would you like us to speak to that right now?
I don't have that policy in front of me. I'm happy to speak to it. We do have a policy for wedding closures, and it is currently at this time, and it is being reviewed. But we currently, from May until October, authorize one full closure on weekends, being Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're still discussing some updates to that policy that we'll be voting on next month.
You said one Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, is that 1 week? Or one per month?
One per month between May and October.
Okay.
On a weekend. Sorry.
That's
Okay.
Thank you.
Guys. Up here, I'm out here to present our featured employee of the month. This time we're gonna do two, because they both started about the same time and they are unsellable. They are, it's in one pot, honestly. Zach Nance, and this is Mason Wright, and this is my brother-in-law. I don't know if anybody knows that. Couple fun facts from Zach. Zach is originally from Hinesville, Georgia. He attends at UCCS, currently 28 years old, and he's been at Prairie Park for 6.5 years. Favorite part of the Prairie Park is the coworkers. Hobbies, he likes football, especially Philadelphia Eagles. He lets that be known all the time. and he likes to go to the gym and play video games. And then Mason is originally from Colorado Springs. He was born in Germany on Air Force Base. And he is 29 years old and has been at Perry Park for the same amount of time. His favorite part of Perry Park is Christmas time. Which I don't know if that's smart, I want to miss him or. Hobbies, he likes basketball, Denver Nuggets, he likes to play frisbee golf as much as possible.
Did these guys come with you? Cause you've been here, how long?
They did, I'll show it in my,
Okay.
on the next slide, but,
Okay.
they did follow me from, Kissing Camels, so. Funniest thing is probably, this is what, Zach said, when the grill slid out of Frank Wharton's truck while dropping it off at Max's, so he was backing up and pretty much the whole grill just went down, and part of it ended up in the lake. So interesting place that he's been to is Canada, for Mason. He said probably when Juan is one of our morning cooks, doesn't speak very good English. But he's not scared of nothing, apparently. He picked up this gigantic spider and chased Zach all the way out to the parking lot with it. And Zach does not like spiders at all. So, most interesting place he's ever, traveled to is Germany with his dad on Oktoberfest. And he doesn't really remember. This is something I kind of came up with, Zach and Mason followed me to Kissing Camels. I accepted the job here at the club. They are experts in food production, banquet cooking, wine dinners, and regular dinner service. They're great friends, hard workers. I can always count on them to get the job done. They have stuck it out, thick and thin, and I don't know what I would have done without them. I want to say thank you for all their hard work throughout these years, and thank you for everything you guys done to make Perry Park the kitchen great. All right.
All right, hello everyone online, this is Keith, just a quick comment on Chef's guys there, it's amazing how loyal Chef's team is to him. As he mentioned, they brought him up, but those guys do anything for Chef, and really cool to see that. Couple updates in our neck of the woods, as you can imagine, not a lot going on the golf course recently, but still some planning being done. GTH committee's been kind of hard at work, on a couple different topics we'll touch on, but a quick financial review. Overall, 2023, really great year, and thankful to the members for their support of the golf shop, but also bringing guests and just being supportive of the programming throughout the season. Christmas sale went really well this past Saturday, so we were up 23% over 2022, and just a really good day. Great energy from those that were here. I think it was well received, but also we appreciate the continued support of the golf shop.
Can we comment on the deep fried avocados?
I did not deep fry those, but yes.
If you like, I'm gonna take credit.
Beggars can't be choosers.
I have one.
So thanks for the support there. That was a good day. Appreciate it, everyone coming out. Lori touched on some staff planning for 2024, so we had some team adjustments at the end of this season, but we are really looking forward to the 2024 season. Some of our key team members, some faces that you'll recognize coming back next year and coming back into hopefully some more involved roles, taking some ownership of the team there. And as well as the addition as a player development director of instruction, you could title a lot of different things, but with the goal of diving in really and helping Perry Park members continue to improve their golf games, but developing programs for the juniors, new players, spouses of members that haven't gotten involved in the game in the past, just continuing to dive into that experience and really an expectation of private golf clubs that I feel like we haven't been meeting to our fullest potential. So that's kind of you'll see more details on that come to fruition. All of those positions need to be recruited before we can really speak into the detail there. Upcoming events and some GTNH action. So we're still working through the handicap hole by hole ratings.
Subcommittees have been developed. Tomorrow, the women will start their process for the hole by hole ratings and developing those. Tournament schedule, that is just now gotten to the point where we could put that out to the members, so you'll see that in the coming days, the 2024 schedule. Put a couple of highlights there. A new event has come to fruition and been approved for the Super Senior Men's Invitational. So August 14th and 15th, that'll be on the schedule there, and we're excited for that. As well as our more traditional tournaments through Prairie Park Men's Golf League, the PBWGA Women's Invitational, June 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Men's Invitational, July 1, it's like 21st and 22nd as well, oddly enough. And then some fun events for the coming year. And also we've been evaluating some software updates, going through the process really closely, looking at potential adjustments to the T sheet. Certainly not in the realm to make that decision now, but something that the GTH committee and the golf operations team have been looking at and doing our due diligence to pass. What questions? Perfect. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Been in front of you all the time. Good evening, Jason here for those online. Golf course is still under snow, melting fairly quickly. I would say Keith and I are evaluating that on a daily basis. There will not be golf tomorrow. There's still quite a bit of snow on several greens. Maybe by Friday possibly, but then we have weather coming in on Saturday, Sunday. So we'll have a snowy Christmas Eve. So we'll see how that goes. But with the course being closed, trying to take advantage of these warmer days, the staff's out in the field, trimming out trees, scrub oak, doing a lot of work, tying in the cart path on number 15 and number 16. And that process is a little bit greater than just pouring a slab of concrete out. It's tying the edges in where the windrows are, where the road base has moved over the years. It's cutting that stuff down and making that entry and exit on and off that cart path smooth for the membership. So quite a bit of work going on out there right now. With them, but when it does get cold, it has been cold a few mornings. All the FF&E, all the furnishings and fixings and the T markers, ball washers, all that stuff gets brought in and refurbished by the team over the winter time. Same with Kiefer, he's up on R&M and preventative maintenance of the equipment. So we can stay super busy throughout that season. Also, the new golf cart fleet will be servicing in January. So really staying quite active, given a smaller staffing size. We're down to our core guys for the winter. Carlos just left last week to go back to Mexico, so we'll be excited to have him back next year as well. Hopefully, a couple of friends of his to join. He's been a great asset as a TN worker for the club. Learning quite a bit, and his English is much better than my Spanish is. He understands a lot more than what he can speak, but yeah, just an awesome individual. From a project standpoint, Mike alluded to this earlier. Next week, and I just got an update prior to this meeting, next Tuesday, they'll start with that area that we alluded to below the southern end of the parking lot, breaking out that deteriorated concrete, tying all that back in. It seems like the perfect time to do it, given the limited golf structure, less impact to things. As we stay down in that southern corner, the Douglas County has completed the lining of 2 of the storm drainage pipes that run underneath Perry Park Boulevard. So that's been something that's been on their docket. It's a German product that they had to order in. They slide that into the existing pipes after they've been verified that they're capable of handling that. And it's a UV light repair. So they slide that tubing in. It's about a 1/4 inch thick. Once they pressurize that, they send a light train through it. It has like six bulbs or 6 sections of 1500 watts a piece. Like you can feel the heat emanating from the road as it goes through there, but that cures and hardens that. So that ought to be a 50-year replacement. In terms of it buys us another 50 years. I asked them, can you do it twice? And they said, well, no one's had to do it yet. Technology hasn't been out for 50 years. So good point. Well, just to check, but that saves them digging up the road. It also alleviates us from having to do any other major coordination with Bear Ridge, which is a development getting built on the other side. So other than that, we'll keep a good relationship with them because they will eventually have kind of their own minor HOA that would take care of and manage the storm system that's over there. So we do still need to coordinate with them, but happy that that's done and accomplished. So the lake is filling for the people that have questions, which is a good thing. Looks like they forecast for a wet spring and a dry summer and a dry fall. That's what I'm hearing. So other than that, that's I think I covered most of the thing, but excited for our team to get some R&R and some time off during the holidays and the winter months.
Jason, this might be outside of your knowledge, but living right on the lake.
Mhm.
I don't understand about what happens with the water, but there are concentric circles all over in the ice. And initially, it's just a round circle. And then after a while, circles form inside of those circles. Can you explain that at all?
It could be springs,
Oh, okay.
just water coming up
Yeah.
that way.
Okay. Thank you.
That's my best educated guess.
Jason?
Yes.
May I ask a question? How are you doing on our, summer employees, our Mexican fellows? How's the process going now?
So we shifted over, for years, the club would go the H2B route, which means, and I won't go super deep into it for those that understand it. With the lottery system, it's like kind of a flip of a coin, right? If you end up in category C, you're likely not gonna get those guys back or get those employees. So we shifted and went to another route called the TN route, where it's just a different type of visa.
Okay.
So Carlos, as an example, he has a degree in forestry from Mexico, like an accredited school in Mexico. So for the individuals, they have to have some related
Skill.
degree set, yeah, or skill set, whether it be agriculture, landscape maintenance, they won't do something like that. That process hasn't been as smooth, and it's really not on our end, but on the acceptance end from the government. So I'll give you an example. A local club was trying to really pursue the same avenue that we were pursuing. Had 10 employees, they all went to the consulate for a visit, and they all got denied. So it's what I'm hearing back from the agency that we use is it really depends on which consulate they're going to, but also some other minor things like having a physical copy of the job letter signed in actual ink with some stuff. So we're trying to tweak that measure. Ideally, we'd have 3 or 4 TN employees up here. But we'll just kind of see how that goes.
Jason, that H2B process seemed to really change during COVID or post-COVID,
Mhm.
where the requests went through the roof and approvals went way down.
Yeah, a lot of the local forces that have been applying for those H2B visas have been denied. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, Merry Christmas. Anna here for membership. Good news once again, I'm so sorry. We are at TAP right now, 315, we ended in November, so there's a breakdown of all of that. We do have 3 families on the professional wait list that are as social members right now, so we do have some resignations coming up, 1 in December and 2 in January. Not a lot of leaves coming in right now, but that is expected due to snow. So Jason, could you do something about that? Just kidding.
3 more months of snow.
So we've got some acquisitions. We had a really strong November. Hopefully that can carry us into December. Like I said, it's a slow month. We did have a social member join in November and also 1 in December so far. We did have some transfers, and then these are the initiation fees. Nothing much has changed since last month, except for we do have 1 spot at 19,000, so it goes to 20. That'll carry into next year. Here's the breakdown of our membership types. So all in all, we have 570 memberships all together. That includes the different variations, all 260 in full equity is the most, and then we've got a few non-equity broken down here, but that's the breakdown, of our membership types. As far as resignations, we've had 40 golf resignations this year. That includes professional, junior, and full. We budgeted for less next year, but we'll have to see how that goes. Social resignations, 36. Primary reason for resignation is gonna be moving. And then moving and also didn't use for social. And then lifestyle change and moving for professional. So it's a breakdown of that. We'd like to welcome our new members. We've, like I said, we've got some new golf members, and I'm gonna connect with the PPWA because we've got a few new women golfers that want to get connected and will like a big sister next spring. So for marketing, we did meet in December, just kind of going through some updates, what this year brought for us. We did get a new look to the fairway views, new look to the Fairway Park app, and also single sign-on for tees. We did have some averages of email openings. Our average, we usually send about 961 messages, whether it's here's the fairway views or the reminder. And our open rate is on average of 12 months, 660. That's pretty incredible. An open rate usually is about 20%, way above that. So email is, our membership has spoken, is the primary way they like to be, or you guys like to be communicated with. So we may explore texting next year, but we'll keep you guys posted. We hired a graphic designer for the brochure for membership and weddings. So that'll look a little more sleek and professional to match our club for next year. We also do have a email database of over 5,500 contacts. So when I email people who reached out for interest in membership in the past, or maybe they just said not right now, we still send them emails, letting them know what's going on. So that number is just going to grow. And then we also executed 4 membership surveys. Thanks to Nate, he's kind of championing that. Results are on the member portal, so you can log in and see those. Looking forward to 2024, we are partnering with the Larkspur Chamber for at-home welcome to the neighborhood visits to new Perry Park homeowners. We are scheduling quarterly membership meetup events for new and established members to get together and get to know each other. So there'll also be events here. Everybody's invited. We really want to connect our newer members with our established members. We are looking for members for the membership committee. I did find 3 new volunteers for the marketing for next year. But if you are interested in getting involved in membership, we will need more support because we are going to start doing in-person interviews for prospective members next year. So if you're interested in volunteering, we meet monthly, maybe bi-monthly for these interviews, but we would love some responses and some involvement. If you're interested, please let me know. Any questions?
Yeah, I have one online. What is the single sign-on for Forties?
So, in the past, when you went to the Forties cheat sheet through our member website, you'd have to sign on to our member hub and then also sign on to Forties. That were 2 separate logins, so it got a little confusing. Now our system is compatible with Forties, so you sign on once to the app or to our member hub online, and you click on Forties and it's connected with your member number, and you don't have to sign on again to get to the cheat sheet. So hopefully that's better for everybody and a little less steps and.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Good evening once again, Chef here. We are gonna go through the clubhouse and events. I'm representing the kitchen. Purchase some new stainless steel tables in the kitchen, Molson blender and some sink fixtures, and I did purchase a new sink for the back part of the kitchen. Honestly, we kind of feel like we've been, getting everything we wanted lately.
Very.
Good point. Candlelight Snowball, positive feedback on all events, Santa Brunch went really well, sold out. So that went very well. We did decorate one of the trees in Larkspur Park down in Larkspur. It is labeled, so if you guys wanna take a drive down there and see what we did, Joey and me did the decorating. So, what you got, Joey?
Good evening, how's everyone doing? Reporting for front of the house. So breakfast sales, since mid-October, we have started selling burritos and breakfast bowls. We have sold 177, in the tail end of the year. So starting something new, which we're gonna continue to do and make sure that we have, in the future. So just let people know word of mouth, it is helping with that, meal period offering. Right now, it's offered from 9 AM to 11 AM. 6 days a week, and on Sundays, it's available till 12, because we start lunch at 12. So in that aspect, please come support us in that timeframe. Staff appreciates it, and what better, the better thing to do than come in and have a breakfast burrito, a cup of coffee. So new items purchased for front of the house, shaping equipment. We use those for a couple of events already, and they give off a nice polished look versus the shapers that we had in the past. So these new equipments that we're using, very similar to what we had in the past, but just a much more modern look, and they are very shiny. So if you look at them with one hand. Yes,
They are very easy to operate too.
easy to operate, a little bit lighter for the staff as well, and they hold temperature a lot better. So I'm happy to have that in place. We also purchased uniforms, so if you notice the staff, we just received our second shipment in order to complete the order, so we now have a polo shirt with the logo. It's a gray color for the staff. We also purchased a cooler, which is behind the granite countertop behind the bar. That will allow our team to be a little more efficient with storing items such as fruits, garnishes, glassware, all kept at a good temperature, so we're not leaving the room. Next year, the plan is to have that cooler in place as well for beer. So when people need something quick, 6-pack of beer, they can grab it from the bar versus having to go back to that cooler, and just being a little more efficient, and keeping plenty of Budweiser on hand. Along with the banquets as well. So, just thinking of you guys, right? Yeah, you've known me too long. Holiday events, you know, going off of what Justin said, we just had such great feedback from the last couple of weeks. And everyone just has given us great reviews, we plan to continue to do that. So it's been great to see all the people in our areas for this last month or so. So it's good to see all the faces and people enjoying the club.
Kevin, would you talk a little bit about the online reservations and how that's going, and
Sure.
people are responding okay? or
Yes,
there's no questions?
yeah, so I'm still personally working on the event side of registration, because currently everything is going through my email. I do enjoy having that aspect of being able to know firsthand who's gonna be wanting to be in our areas, and I can answer those questions immediately. But ideally be on an online reservation system so that people can get immediate booking for that. So I will be working on that here in the next few.
But are people registering online for dinners here, or are they still calling mostly, or?
It's mostly online. I would say the percentage is 50-50. It just depends on the member, but email seems to be working best, and the booking through Jam. So it's going well. The parameters are set correctly. That's a huge upside to that, is just making sure that we have the space available, the table sizes, and Paul has been very instrumental with making that possible. So he's kind of making sure that we block off spaces for events, for groups, and just following up on reservations. So the huge upside to the online reservation system is that everyone can see it in real time. So I can be on there, Nate can be on there, Paul, we can all see it visually and see who's gonna be coming into the club. And then we make it a point to do a lineup with the staff, so we can talk about the groups that are coming in, right? So, because the floor plan, it's set, we just need to make sure that we have that table set and ready so we can execute. So things are going well, in that regard.
Thank you.
And the last item is our service standards and service efficiency. Something that we implemented during Candlelight, which was synchronized service. That's when we all come in together at the same time and serve one table all at the same time. So, the team has come a long way in that regard. We're just being a lot more polished with our service. We've had the same core staff now for almost 2 years. So it's good to see our team, just continuing to grow and being better at what we do.
I want to comment on the Candlelight specifically in your comment on synchronized service. Many years ago, there was a restaurant called the International Club, and it was like this level of service. Prairie Park is fast pushing that, because to watch the synchronized service was just amazing. You look at that, you go, wow.
Thank you for that. Our next event, which is this Friday, we have a gingerbread decorating party in this room. We'd love to see more people sign up for that, so if you have any grandkids or families that would like to attend, please let us know. I'm about to go to the store and buy some gingerbread houses. So, in addition to that event, we'll also have a ugly sweater contest and a white elephant gift exchange. So just another fun event for that last week of Christmas. So come and enjoy the club and relax. That's all I got. Any questions?
You should mention New Year's Eve.
Oh, yes, New Year's Eve, so we have Hutch Hopner playing the keyboard, the harmonica, the guitar, not all at the same time, so. Please come in, make a reservation, let me know if you guys wanna attend, and that'll be a special night as well. We do a balloon drop, and this year we're gonna do a champagne, waterfall, so that'll be interesting.
And the balloon drop is at 10 o'clock, New York time.
So midnight, New York time, balloon drop. With the dance floor, so it'll be a fun night. Yeah, we have quite a few reservations already, but we can still take a few more.
Dakota, is it worth mentioning that we need house committee members?
Sure, yeah, we're hoping to have house committee members from all of the different levels of membership. And we're particularly needing members from this social group. So if there's someone online that's a social member, please contact me about being a member on the house committee. Thank you.
And can I just add to that, that going forward, we're really starting to look at trying to get, although not an absolute, trying to get future board members who have served on committees, who have an inner working of how the club works by being on a committee. So it won't be an absolute, but in the future, as we look for board members, we're gonna be leaning heavily on those who have been on committees. So I don't know if that's positive or negative.
And it's no excuse. Oh, maybe I could put Patty on the spot. Could you talk about the bazaar, the craft bazaar that you had? That was awesome.
Well, it
Craft
was,
show, bazaar, what do you?
yeah, it went really well. The snow hindered a little bit. Wasn't quite as well attended as it has been in previous years, but after the snow stopped, we had a good rush of people. So, and great, different vendors. Always brings a little bit of variety and people like that.
And your vendors were full?
Yes, and I had a waiting list. Always do.
No, that's good. That's great.
All
Any
right.
other comments online? Any other comments in the audience? Can I get a motion for adjournment?
Second.
No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.